IP in the cloud is gaining a lot of traction. The primary challenges I see with the IP and the cloud is currently bandwidth and latency, of course. And that has some issues with traditional broadcasting, because traditional broadcasting focuses a lot on extremely low latency and extremely high quality, which I don't believe is that important for the end viewer experience. Usually the quality the end viewer actually receives is a lot lower than traditional broadcasting installations distribute. And likewise, latency-wise, you only really need to have latency when you do a real-time interview. For just giving content to the users, you don't really need low latency. So we need to have a shift there in the mindset of broadcasters, especially traditional broadcasters, in that lower quality and higher latency is acceptable, actually. And of course, other ways to manage this is having as much of your workflow as possible in the cloud. So you don't have to move huge files back and forward between an on-premise and a cloud location. What we're looking at our company is more of hybrid solution, where we use the cloud for distribution and scalability and have an on-premise installation for working with these large files. There is a transition period, so to say, where broadcasters and cameras still use extremely large file sizes. So those are one of the things I think will become a focus in the future. We're still getting new technologies like SDI over IP, but I believe that's the wrong direction. More interesting technologies I can see is SRT and AV1 with low latency encoding and low bit rates. So yeah, that's the main challenge I can see for the cloud, is how to merge the traditional broadcaster with high quality, high bandwidth, with a cloud where you don't really have that bandwidth. Other things that's coming up, something that what I've been working on for a long time, Casper CG has been a front runner in, is using actually web-based graphics for playout. So, which makes it easier for broadcasters to build their graphics. They don't need to have a specialized engineer to build graphics in their graphics engine. They can just hire a regular graphics designer that there are from the web. There are many of those, and they can build your on-air graphics. And this means that broadcasters have a lot more room for being creative and updating their content and doing it quickly at a lower cost. So Casper CG started doing this with, we actually started doing that with Casper CG already in 2007, using Flash, which was web-based back then. And nowadays it's going back to HTML, and we can see a lot of other suppliers also going over to HTML graphics. So, and that's a trend I believe will continue. Other than that, other challenges we can see with traditional broadcasters, and also which partly many of the cloud solutions resolve, is having a unified solution for your broadcasting installation. The traditional way is that you have 10, 12 different boxes, one for automation, one for playout, graphics, continuity channels, etc. And then all of these needs to be integrated and have to work together. And as soon as you upgrade one, you will break the other ones. So that causes a very brittle installation, in our opinion. And we would like to see more focus on unified solutions, where you try to reduce the number of boxes and special integrations that's required between these boxes. And that's the primary thing we do at nxtedition, where we try and actually to create a fully unified solution for broadcasters.